Well, hello, folks. It's December 23rd, and I'm sure that all of us are champing at the bit for Christmas to begin, to borrow a line from Charles Dickens. So let's see what our Advent calendar has in store for us today. So it is December 23rd, and today's choice is The Ref, rating. Whoa, ho, 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 ho. This is indispensable holiday viewing. This is, for me, one of the movies that it just isn't Christmas if I don't get to see it every year. All right, so what to say about The Ref? Absolutely brilliant, biting, scathing, um, dysfunctional family premise Christmas movie. Absolutely love it. It didn't do too well at the box office, and I think one of the reasons for that was that it was released in the middle of June, so it really does need the holidays to give it context. Settings will be recognizable to most of us. A lot of the exteriors were shot in Niagara-on-the-Lake. The interiors of the house, I think, were shot in Oshawa, by the way, so it was shot quite locally. And all of the performances in the film are top-notch. The main players, Denis Leary, Judy Davis, Kevin Spacey, have in the 24, 25 odd years since the film was made, all gone on to do very high-profile things, but certainly in terms of the talent that they bring to the film, they're at the top of their game here. Also, Glynis Johns, who you will all probably remember from our childhoods as Mrs. Banks in Mary Poppins, absolutely wonderful here as Kevin Spacey's mother. Now, Stephen Rayfield, who is a friend of mine and watched an earlier video in this series and is probably watching this one, felt I was being a little hard and a little unfair on National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, as did Denise, because they felt I wasn't giving it the credit that it was due. And the reason that I'm gave National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation a ho-ho rating, it's one of the holiday movies I like that I can do without, is because of this movie. It's because of The Ref. So they're both dysfunctional family holiday movies, but whereas with Christmas Vacation, everything seems just a little bit contrived. What little bit of a plot there is just basically stitched together in order to have the Griswolds keep colliding into one uproarious, calamitous incident into another. This is actually a very well-written screenplay, so the verbal humor, the wit is very barbed, very, very sharp, and the individual lines themselves are priceless. I don't want to give you spoilers here, but the screenplay is also consistent with its own logic, so nothing seems contrived or forced here. Everything seems to flow naturally just from the already existing family dynamics that we see from the characters. So the movie works very, very well on that level. On its own terms, it is very, very realistic. The film does seem to progress somewhat naturally, and also just a bit of a biting satire of the over commercialization of Christmas, the forced celebratory nature that Christmas holidays can sometimes have. So definitely one of my favorite Christmas movies. Whoa, rating to it. To Stephen Rayfield and to my partner Denise. Oh, my son Andrew is here. Do you want to come say hi to everybody for a minute, Andrew?
Hello.
You can come on camera. So remember when I spoke to you a little bit earlier on in this series about, I think I mentioned about Frosty the Snowman, and again about Santa Claus is coming to town. So this is the young man who you have to thank for those observations. This is my son Andrew here. So I was just telling everybody, Andrew, why I've rated National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation a little lower, and it's primarily because of this movie, which Andrew also loves as well, The Ref. You love The Ref, don't you?
Yeah, it's real funny.
Do you think it's better than Christmas Vacation?
I think they're both good, but I probably prefer The Ref.
Okay, thank you, Andrew. That's awesome. So yes, for reasons that I've said before, and to my good friend Stephen Rayfield, and to see you later, Andrew. Thank you for coming to visit everybody, and to Denise, who disagrees with me as well. That's why I prefer the ref to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It just works much better on its own internal logic, and the characters themselves remain consistent and true to themselves really throughout the entire film. Not going to give you spoilers because that would ruin it for you. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this mini review. It is Christmas Eve tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you then.